Hey friends, welcome back to the cabin, and today we're going to show you how we extract honey without an extractor. So, of course, I'm out here by our two beehives. Now this beehive is the one that we just got in April, so it's just really developing and growing right now, and it's doing its thing. But this is our older beehive right here. This is the one that we're going to rob. We're going to pull a few frames out of it, and we'll show you how we extract that without an extractor. It's kind of my own development, what I came up with, and we'll show you that later in the video. So, well, let's get busy. We got to get these hives cracked open. We got to get some frames out. Demonstrate how we extract the honey, I wanted to show you our setup. And what it consists of is, the first thing that you're going to have is what's called a honey bucket. And the reason that this is called a honey bucket is it has a honey gate at the bottom, and that's where we will drain the honey out into our jars. But this is kind of a really simple setup, and what I've done is, the first thing I did was I took a clean lid from another bucket, and I cut this center section out, and I'll lay this on top of our honey bucket. Now the next thing that I do is I have another bucket, and this bucket actually is, you can see that it is a food grade bucket. Now this bucket is dedicated just for my honey. I don't use it for anything else. It'd be kind of hard to anyway, because I have holes drilled in the bottom, and these holes are drilled in the diameter of what this hole is. What I mean by that is it fits over no wider than the opening of this. The next thing that we do is we take 5-gallon paint strainers. I use these for a lot of things. So we take a 5-gallon paint strainer, and it's like a tool material. And what that is for, first of all, we put it in our bucket like this. And the purpose of that is to filter the trash out of the honey. We have our honey bucket, we have our top lid, and the reason that we have that top lid with the center cut out is because these buckets, they nest inside of each other, but we don't want them to. We want this bucket to sit on top of the other one, so it sits there on this that's cut out. We have our holes in the bottom of this, and we have our 5-gallon paint strainer, and from there you'll see how that we are able to harvest our honey. have it. At this point, that's how we are harvesting our honey. It's a simple little method that I came up with. We really, at this point, don't feel like we can justify the expense of an extractor. As we add hives and time goes on, I'm sure that would be something that we would need to do because of the labor involved. It would be hard to do that with more than a few frames at a time. That was 2.5 frames, and we got nearly a gallon of honey off of 2.5 frames. And to me, that is just amazing, and I'm just tickled to death. And it's beautiful, and it's as local as you can get. So, and you see the bees, they're kind of still very busy right now, buzzing around and enjoying this beautiful day and doing their work. And I'm enjoying the gift of this beautiful day. But I want to remind you of this. Don't ever forget that your Heavenly Father loves you. And we'll see you on the next video. God bless.